Hey everybody, it's your girl Angie. Welcome to Kiss My Cheeks TV. I'm here with my good friend Charles Warren. We're going to talk a little bit of Big Brother. You all know I've been out of town for the past few weeks and I'm going to be out of town this week as well. So I apologize for the reviews late, but I just want to catch up and do a chit chat. And I saw Charles was a little bit free, so he jumped on real quick. And this won't be long. I really just want to give my 2 cents about what I see happening on Big Brother and I want to see what Charles thinks as well. So, just a quick little catch up. In the title of the review, I said, I see bad gameplay, and I want to know if Charles agrees with me or not. Because I'm not all up on the live feeds as I used to be, because I've been traveling. But I see a little bit of bad gameplay. We're going to discuss.
Let's talk.
First, if you all don't know, Charles, he did a review, a pre jury panel on his YouTube channel Charles Warren Online, but you can
Mhm.
also find Charles at the Charles Warren on Instagram. And you always can find his good all natural healing, muscle tightness relieving skincare products on charleswarrenpresents.com. And I
You
believe he
got
got
it
some, what you say, on the 24th, some new products coming.
on the 24th. We're gonna do a restock, and then
Restock.
in September we got the body wash coming. So
And I can't wait for the body wash. So we're going to definitely get into that some more when that comes out. But let's jump right into Big Brother. I want to start with the POV ceremony, or not the ceremony, but the competition where what's her girl name? Sarah Beth had the $5,000. And I
hmm
guess because it was her birthday, nobody wants to take it from her. I want to know, is this people cousins? Like my cousin could have been up there with $5,000 and I would have took that from them and then broke them off 50 for their birthday. I don't know. It's rich people on this cash Charles. Like they
I don't
passing up money like
know.
it's nothing.
And afterwards, you saw everybody saying, "Well, if you guys get in this situation, I advise you to take it." Like Kylan said that, Derek X said that. They regretted it for sure.
I just couldn't believe like one. I'm gonna try not to curse. I'm gonna try not to curse. One, girl, you didn't even make it. You was out second, so you definitely don't deserve $5,000. Number two, I don't know you, so I don't care that's your
Well,
birthday.
the way her and Kylan be cuddled up, you would think he knows a little something, something,
I
something.
understand Colin not taking they close. So I can see him not taking it, but I still would have took it. But Derek X, you owe Sarah Beth nothing and you put her on the block. I'm taking the $5,000. That
Right.
was the first thing that kind of pissed me off that week. But then we roll into the back door of Christian. Do you think that was a good game move or not?
For whom? For which player? That depends.
Okay,
Because
let's start with Derek X because he was the HOH. For Derek
mhm,
X, was that a good game move?
yes, I think getting rid of Christian was a great game move for Derek X because if Christian would have won HOH again, he would have taken Derek X out. So Christian was bitter and like, man, I didn't shoot at you last week, even though I could have. But if I win again, I was gonna basically shoot at him. So
Yeah.
he's bitter because Derek X shot first, and good for Derek X because Christian is somebody that could beat him in any competition.
Okay, for Derek X, I could see that. But for the cookout, I feel like they should have kept Christian. They should have flipped that vote.
Yeah, I think the cookout could have kept Christian. We saw two of them think about flipping, I guess, but we didn't really get the end result of that. It was like we saw them talking to people, and then
Hmm.
now it's time to vote. Like, okay, like what happened in between?
They needed Christian to be that meat shield for them. One, Christian is now gonna go after Derek X, and all of the kings are now mad at Derek X. I would have kept Christian in the house. For me, I think the biggest threat of this game is Azza. I would have got Azza out.
Ozza?
I don't
Why?
trust
What
that
kind
bitch. I don't trust her for
of?
shit.
But how is
I'm
she a
t-
threat? Who can she beat in the
because
final two? Beside
not in the
anybody, is
just
she
the
gonna
final two,
lose?
but she gonna keep some people from seeing the final two. Azza is a very emotional player.
Oh,
When
very,
she
very.
doesn't get her way, she retains that. She doesn't know how to go, okay, it's a new week. Where can I position myself? Azza has so much entitlement where she expects people to protect her. She expects people to give her stuff. And when she doesn't have her way, she has a tantrum. And she's the type of person that, they had these little carnival game HOHs where she just
Mhm.
happens to be lucky enough to win one. I will put Tiffany and Kylan on the block.
Yeah, she's definitely a. The thing about, okay, I don't want to skip too far ahead, but with Kylan now being HOH, I feel like if he's in the final two, she's not voting for him because she is really bitter about the fact that he won the HOH, she didn't, and because I told you to throw it, you supposed to throw it to me. Like what? That's not how communication works. I have to agree to it, and then we can, get it popping. But you don't say, "Well, I told you and Derek to throw, or you Xavier to throw it to me, and Xavier agreed, but you didn't do it." What? Like
Who are you? Like we
exactly? Who do
all
you
want to
think you
be
are?
HOH. This is $750,000. I wouldn't trust Ozza with an HOH for anything. I feel like she's gonna be the one to tear down the cookout because of her love for her jokers and her entitlement. I'm
Yeah.
like, you with the jokers or you with the cookout? Because
The way it looks, there's going to be cookout members to go home before Brittany. Brittany's going to stay around longer than some of the cookout members because Ozza refuses to allow any. Oh, and Derek F. They ready to fight if anybody talks to Brittany, put Brittany up, anything with Brittany. They are ready to
Brittany
go to
has to
blows.
go home. Brittany has to go home. But you know what? I would put Ozza out before Brittany because if Ozza is gone, who does Brittany have? She's gonna have to be coddled by someone else, and someone in the cookout maybe can bring Brittany in. But as long as Ozza is there, I'm telling you, Ozzy to me is the biggest threat of breaking down that final six. And to me, she has to go. I don't care about rooting for everybody black.
I don't.
Ozzy
I don't
can
know if
go.
it's her. To me, her and Derek F. Maybe it's
But
excellent. Maybe it's excellent casting, but those two wild cards are so toxic to alliance. I could not
agreed.
imagine being in an alliance with Derek F and Ozza. Like
I
what
couldn't.
kind
I
of
couldn't be in an
foolery?
alliance with Ozzy. I feel like Derek F, we could read him, and
Mm-mm.
for the sake of the game, he knows how to play his role, but he can't be trusted. Ozzy can't be trusted, and you don't know where her head is at.
Well, Derek F too. Derek F calling Tiffany all types of bitches and this, that, and the third behind her back.
Okay, let's get
But
to that.
then
That
in
was one
her
of my next
face,
points.
mm,
I
mm-mm.
forget what did okay. So this is back when Christian was on the block, and Tiffany tells them, Brittany girl. Now I don't know why she positioned this conversation only to Brittany. It should have been to all of the jokers. But why does it matter if Christian is pre-jury? Why does it matter if we're lying to him or not? I don't understand. Like he can't vote.
Right. Why does
So
his emotion, his feelings
Tiffany,
shouldn't matter?
right. Tiffany was doing too much in this moment. Like, if you don't tell Christian that you're not voting for him, I'm gonna tell him. Like, why does it matter? You're pulling a power move when it's not necessary. Whoever goes home this week is not. They're going home. They're going to the house, not the jury house, but the house. So it shouldn't matter if their feelings are hurt.
Yeah, I think Tiffany. Mm, I
She
think
doesn't know how
Tiffany
to talk to people.
is. I think she is knee deep in the mud at this moment because they're like 40 something days in, right? I think it's like 40 something
Yeah.
days so far.
Hmm.
And with being in the house that long, I feel like you start going on autopilot. Like I think because she's so used to telling everybody what to do since day two, that she's not even aware of how they're receiving it. She's
She doesn't
just
know how to lay low.
no, not even that. I think the sensory part of your brain that acknowledges somebody else's emotions,
Hmm.
their response. I feel like that for her is turned off right now because she's just on like manager mode. She's being a manager right now and not caring about how you feel about it, which is not good
Mm-mm.
because she's going to get bit in the ass because people are already talking about her behind her back, you know?
I love Tiffany to death, but she's not gonna be in the final two. I don't
I don't think
see it
so. I don't think so
because
either.
I'm mad at Derek F for calling her 20 bitches. Like that wasn't necessary, but I understood what was behind it. Like I didn't like hearing him say that
Mhm.
on national television about her, but I understood like, yeah, Tiffany, you don't know how to talk to people. Like you can't tell me what I'm gonna have to do or you don't do it. Like play your game, not my game. So
Yeah, but he should have told her that to her face. If you are overstepping and thinking you're gonna check me, um, I'm not gonna do it in front of everybody if we're in alliance.
they could have
But
had a
let me
private 101.
right,
Yeah.
bit like babe, let me pull you in this room, and then
Hmm.
let me get real serious for the moment. So, bitch, you know what the fuck I'm saying, and it hits, you know. But he did it
Someone
all
needs to do that
wrong.
to her.
Hmm. But I think Xavier knows that she's getting on people's nerves, but he's letting her do it. He's letting
Yeah.
her spin out of control so she
Because
could
that's
really.
another target in front of him.
Hmm.
Oh, well. Okay, so now we already talked about Kylan is the new HOH because Christian is gone. Kylan is the new HOH. Ozzy is pissed that Kylan didn't throw it to her.
Hmm.
But Kylan did throw it to Tiffany, but Tiffany couldn't get the damn answer right. And it
And
was so obvious that he was throwing it to her, and she just couldn't get it right.
I saw people, they were so mad at him. They were like, well, he could have pressed the wrong button and she would have automatically won. Like,
He could have done that.
still blaming him, but he didn't have to do anything. Like, that's number one. Y'all keep saying have to. No, no, this is an individual game. We're an alliance, but on an individual basis, I don't have to do anything.
Do you think Kylan put it in her hands just in case so he can try to save Sarah Beth? Because he knew if Tiffany won, Sarah Beth was going on the block.
No, I feel like he knew that everybody knew he knew the answers. So if all of a sudden he would have got it wrong, it would have been obvious. Like you've been answering in 2 seconds for every other
But it
question,
still took them 10 seconds. So I was looking at him like, ain't neither one of y'all gonna buzz in?
right? And Tiffany is so bad at the competitions; it's actually comical. The way she's been, even on that Lucky 13, her math was so bad. Like she would be so close, it was just her and Derek X, right? And she would
Hmm.
be so close and just have to change one or two. And she's changing the wrong card every time. Wrong card, wrong card, wrong card, unnecessarily. So to me, Tiffany's not great at the competitions at all.
Do you
If
think
it
that's
comes
why
down to her
Ozza
winning
was
one,
even more mad? Because you ain't throw it to me, but you was gonna try to throw it to Tiffany.
I think Ozza was more mad because he kept picking her ass.
But
It was
she
like
picked him.
Ozza and Brittany, Ozza and Ozza and I'm like, because that particular competition every season always shows who
Where
your
you are
target
with people.
is,
Yeah.
yeah, who your target is, and which pairs do we see in the house?
But
Because we
didn't she
always,
also pick him? So I don't understand what the issue
yeah, she
is.
did to get Sarah Beth out though. That should
Oh.
be understandable. It was him and Sarah Beth.
I was just happy to see the cookout being the final six left to play anyway. I hope
Yeah,
they
but
can pull
Derek
it
F
off.
almost fucked that up. Excuse my language. Derek F
He
almost
did.
ruined it. He was like, "Oh, this is awkward." Like, hello, they are sitting right over there. They can hear us. Like, idiot.
So I've already pointed out that I think Ozza is the most dangerous person of the cookout. Um, I think all of the Jokers. I don't know what happened to Charles. I looked at my notes and he's gone. But okay, he's back.
Sorry.
I was looking at my notes and I'm looking back up. And I'm like, I don't know what happened to Charles.
I tried to press chat where the comments is at, and then the damn thing closed out.
Okay, so it's only a few more things I want to talk about this week. Can we get to the BB Bucks? Because okay, who are the nominations? Did they do the BB Bucks before noms or after noms? It was after.
After nom.
So Claire is the target.
Mm-hmm.
Derek F. This is why the Jokers have to go. Derek F. agrees to be the pawn because he
Mm-hmm.
can't bear for Ozza or Brittany to hit the block. Like, let's
I
go
told
Derek
you,
F's
it's
ass
both of
out.
them. Derek F and Ozza are
They
both.
have to get the Jokers have to go. Like you all are playing the back seat to them, like, oh, they can't win a competition. Brittany just showed you that she's crazy and can win a competition. Like the way she was going like that with that neck thing. Brittany put her all into winning
That
that
was
competition.
hilarious.
Brittany can win, and not everything is the same. A lot of this stuff is just luck.
Is my mic
They
buzzing?
gon' they gonna mess around. And these jokers, one of them is gonna win a HOH, and the house is gonna explode because you don't really know what they're gonna do.
Yeah. What
So
did tell me what you thought of the um high roller twist? Like how do you feel about this post jury strategy? Like
the only reason I like the twist is because I don't know how to say it without sounding bad. I like the twist this season
hmm
because there's enough minorities in it to where it's going to be fair. Like in past seasons, they would have this huge twist, and we would have a cast of maybe one minority, if not all of them are already gone. They could already be sitting
right.
at home pre
But
jury.
one or two, yeah.
Right. And it was like they never had a chance of winning it. So, with a diverse cast, and I don't feel like there's a production's pet, so I want to talk about that. Um, I like it because I feel like it could go to anybody. I don't feel like it's like, oh, we know Tyler's gonna sit in the cloud. He's gonna win the twist.
Right.
I feel like it could go to anybody. But these BB Bucks, I want to know who's voting because I don't know how Brittany
Derek
and
F.
Derek F got 100 damn bucks.
Right. I said the
Now,
same damn thing.
if this does not show America that, you know how they would say, this gonna sound shady as hell. This gonna sound shady as hell. I hope y'all don't hate me for saying this. But you know how they say, black people watch, but we aren't the majority of people who watch.
Oh, by far, no.
So
Yeah.
I know
hmm
you feel this way, but some people watching might not feel this way. I hope y'all don't hate me
Right.
for saying it. And they're like, how the hell did Davon win America's favorite player? Not enough black people watch to vote for her. To me, this should show you that black people watch, but we're not the majority because there's no way Brittany, Brittany
And
should have
Derek
a
X.
hundred bucks.
Well, Derek X is the fan favorite right now. Everybody on Twitter loves Derek X.
I'm
But
so
Derek,
happy somebody agree with me. It's no way Brittany should have it. Derek X, maybe. Derek F, because he's like the buffoon. Like,
how the hell did Derek
I
X?
don't know. I don't know how even Derek F got it.
If you saw the tweets, maybe it's not people on Twitter voting because people on Twitter didn't. They were all tweeting about Tiffany, Hannah, and Claire. Those were the three names that I
I
kept
saw
seeing
Tiffany, Hannah, and Claire.
on Twitter. Even people's family members were making up fake missing posters so people can call the number and it'll vote for them. And I'm like, Okay, how the hell is Tiffany and Hannah not in the top three when those two, their family members were going hard pushing for votes? So
I would have expected Tiffany over Derek F. Like if we just gonna put one person up, one black person up there, I would have expected that to be Tiffany, not Derek F. Um, I don't just Brittany in general. Like, what are we giving her sympathy votes? I don't.
yeah, well, she gets a lot of camera time. Brittany gets a lot of confessional moments, especially because she's on the block every week. So she so she gets those confessional rundowns every nomination, every veto she loses, every we get those emotions. So people feel for her.
I don't. I would have been voted her ass out, but that's why I ain't playing. So next is Hannah, Tiffany, and Xavier get the 75, which I am completely shocked. I'm not surprised. I don't know why Kylan isn't up there like a fan favorite. I thought he would have been a fan favorite.
Well, Xavier is a fan favorite because I don't know if you watched the Inner Circle with Cody
No, I don't watch
Calipari
Cody and
and Derek.
Derek. No.
Xavier is their favorite player, so they always push Xavier every episode. So they have basically built a fan base around people like an Xavier. Um, so I feel like they are to thank for Xavier getting votes because he's really they put
And I
him on the
like
radar.
Xavier. I like Xavier. The way people are playing right now, I feel like he's a front runner to take that Tiffany spot for me because
Yeah,
everyone likes him. He's laying low. He knows how to talk to people. I think he can clearly be in the final two.
yeah. I'm telling you, the three best players right now in the game are black. They are Tiffany, Xavier, and Kylan. Those three people, if they don't win, they should come back.
I'm starting to. I like, I love Tiffany, but she's falling for me just because she doesn't know how to talk to people the right way. She doesn't know how to manage the crazies. Like the jokers are the crazies, and
Hmm.
you can't. You gonna do this? I'm gonna like you can't. You
Right. You
have to
can't
kind of stroke
micromanage.
their ego. You kind of
Hmm.
have to let them think it's their idea. Like
Right.
she doesn't know how to
Yeah, but
handle them, and they're
the
gonna be her downfall.
the one thing she could do that'll be like, oh shit, she got it, is if we get a confessional or her talk to the camera like, all right, you guys, I need to pull back a little bit. Like if she clocks it and then she adjusts, okay, then I'm like, okay, this girl is like legendary status. Like she knows, she's very aware. She's been playing the game since day two. But if she doesn't do that, like you said, I don't expect her to get to the final three, maybe final five, maybe.
I'm telling you, if one of them jokers gets one of them
HOH.
carnival HOHs, they gonna slash Tiffany's throat.
The $100 went to Derek
Oh, the
F,
third one, yeah.
Derek X, and Brittany. Hmm. But
I
I love it. So my thoughts on the carnival, not carnival twist, the high roller twist. I freaking love it.
I do
Like
too.
the fact that there is, and this is going to go for the rest of the season, I'm guessing, until maybe final three or final five or something. Who
You
knows?
think so?
Because for them to accumulate like 300 points to do one of the games,
Yeah,
it
it
has to
has
go
to
on for
be
a while,
a
you know?
couple of weeks.
Yeah. But the fact that this makes it brings in a whole another layer of the game because in the house they're trying to guess who got who got which votes and who got because then within your alliance you can try to calculate, well, let's see if Angie can add up to 200 points, then maybe Angie can use it on the fourth HOH and then we can do so I think it adds a dynamic to the game to where that's something else that could help
And Derek X almost told on himself because they
out.
come in the room talking about we wonder who got the 100. He's like, I know I didn't get 100. So what did you get 75? Like
to,
all you
to
had to
be
say was not
honest,
me.
if on a rewatch, if you watched from the very beginning, Derek X is one of the worst social players ever on this game. He has been, that tongue of his has slipped up ever since Frenchie was HOH from the very beginning. He told Frenchie that he had a final two with Travis, which made Travis the new target. Every week it was something messing up. It slipped out of his mouth that, what was the blonde haired girl that was up?
Whitney.
Whitney was going to go home because he was like, oh yeah, next week when Hannah's here, and Whitney is right there. Like, he's just, if it wasn't for the competitions, if it was just social, he sucks.
Well, he's going to be gone soon because they're going to see him as a comp threat. So let's get to who's on the block. So Claire is Kylan's target for right now. Twitter has been buzzing something different. Why not finish up Alyssa like how they finished up Brent and Whitney? Why not just do Christian and Alyssa and get that out the way and
Well,
make it an easy week?
in past seasons, they do normally chop the guy off, and then the girl would like sit around for a little while. I'm thinking of, um, oh my God, the couple that was on the season with Paul, Jessica. Is it Jessica or something?
Yeah,
And the guy, I
and
can't remember his
Cody.
name.
But
Cody,
Jessica
yeah.
went first.
No, Cody went first. Jessica
Oh, and he
stayed
came
around,
back.
and Cody fought back, and then now they became a target again. But I think Alyssa might actually stick around for a while. I think Alyssa will be there at least final six, final five.
Maybe she's not a threat to anyone anymore. Like all she can
No,
do is hide under Xavier and Sarah Beth. She has no one else but
yeah,
her
but if,
King's Alliance.
what's his name? If Christian was still there, she would be there to the final three. Like, because Christian would always gonna go before her.
Yeah, true.
So, mhm.
Why not Brittany? Like, why not?
Because we have her two shields, Derek F and Azza. They literally would not let her speak to nobody by herself.
That pissed me off. When Tiffany asked her in that room and they came in there like bodyguards and was like,
Mm-hmm.
whatever you say to her, you can say to us. That pissed me off. Like, that, I don't see why the cookout can't see. They not riding for the cookout like that.
Uh-uh.
So the Jokers, you have to break that up. They are riding for each other. That's a final three, at least.
And he called Tiffany a coward when he walked out
And
loud.
how long, yeah, and then how long are you gonna allow Ozza and Derek F to protect Brittany? Like the cookout is the final six, so Brittany is gonna be what, seven? Like how long are we gonna hold on to Brittany for those two?
Just imagine when it is time to get Brittany out, the hell that they are going to give everybody. They are going to cause hell in that house when it's time to get rid of
Let me
Brittany.
look at Twitter because the last time I looked at Twitter, Brittany was in an uproar. And you know, you can't really go by the Twitter live feeds too tough. But in the veto ceremony, it was said that Kylan used the veto on Claire.
I know where to check. I know where that. You know that table I sent you? There's a website that gives the updated. Yeah, yeah. Claire did get the veto used, and Brittany is
So
on the
it's
block.
Brittany is on the block. Okay, so this could be Brittany's week. I hope so. Because if she's sitting against Derek F, Brittany's going home.
Yeah, it's Brittany and Derek F on. I'm gonna send you this chart. Brittany and Derek F on the.
They need Brittany to go home to pull Ozza and Derek F closer.
Oh, Claire got saved because if Claire would have, she was the next one on the shopping block, girl.
But I don't understand. It's, to me, that's a risky move for Kylan because, yes, Brittany has to go, but they could have got Brittany next week. Why
Hmm.
would you show Claire your cards just to pull her off the block? So now Claire knows you coming for her and you made her safe.
So we know Alyssa and Kylan have vetoes. You know
Mm-hmm.
it. Okay. Okay, yeah. Alyssa didn't use hers. Well, I'm guessing Alyssa don't have a reason to use hers. She don't got nobody in the house that she
Mm-mm.
really mess with anyways. Cause that could have really messed up the
She
cookout.
would
If
have only
they would
saved
have took
one of her
somebody off.
kings. Like if a kings was on the block, Alyssa would have saved a kings. But
Right.
I don't see Alyssa sticking her neck out for Claire or a Joker.
Oh shit. But what does this mean for Kylan's game? Kylan, now
That's
that
what
he
I'm
put
saying.
Brittany on the block, mm, yikes.
I would have
So
left
Brittany's
the
going home.
nominations the same. I would have left the nominations the same because you could have got Brittany next week. You now have made an enemy out of Claire. Like Claire, is she gonna walk around like, oh, thank you for taking me off the block, blah 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 this. But in the back of her mind, the first chance Claire gets, she's putting your ass on the block.
Kylan and Tiffany are going on the block together as soon as Ozza. Well, I don't see Ozza and Derek F winning anything, but if they
You know
do,
they had those Lucky Charm games where you roll a ball, whoever get their ball the closest number. You know they're gonna have a little easy HOH for them to win.
but if they do, she's in trouble.
It's about to get interesting. I am happy to see it. I am
Yes.
back on track. I am out of town for the weekend, so I'm not gonna have another Friday night update this Friday. I'll be in Chicago, but I'll probably come back Monday and do another Monday update. But I have to talk about that. A lot of good stuff went on that week I was out of town. So that was a good week. I would love to see Brittany go. Can you imagine having to sit in the jury house with Brittany all summer?
There's gonna be a battle back eventually. I feel it. This season
No,
they're gonna do some type of battle back. Watch.
no, no.
Who do you
Why?
but who do you think is coming right after her? I guess it all depends on who wins
You
HOH.
can't tell. You can never tell because it all depends on the HOH. I feel like at
This
least if
season, of the last 10 years, this is probably the best season. But to me, the
by
last
far,
10 years, this is by far the best season because the seasons between like 18 to 22 were trash.
it's not predictable. It was a little bit predictable, but now I feel like it's about to be a little unpredictable because for the life of me, I want to know why Colin took Claire off the block. I don't know why he would do that, but
Yeah, and the cookout is such a juicy alliance. Like, yeah, they're all black people, but they do not all like each other.
they don't like each
they
other.
and they
I
do
say it
not
all the time. All black people do not like each other. Just because we rooting for everybody black don't mean we all like each other.
and the bitches and all that have already been thrown around, so it's
You
gonna
couldn't
get
call me
juicy.
20 bitches. It'd be an issue in the house.
I wonder if
Tiffany
she's
from
gonna find
Detroit
out.
too.
Will she find out?
He said it loud enough. He wasn't trying to conceal his voice.
That is
Is
good.
Ozza messy enough to say it to tell it?
I don't think so because
Is the
Ozzy don't like
question.
her either, unless it's an Ozzy and Derek F on the block. But then they might not even campaign because they both don't care about being there. Especially Ozzy. Ozzy don't care. Ozzy say, "Let
That's
me
why
go
I said
home."
Ozza is the biggest threat. I would get Ozza out before Brittany. She doesn't care about the money. She wants this white girl to win over herself. It's like I'm gonna be a superhero for this white girl.
Oh my
Like
god,
she wants to go back in time. Like she doesn't want a black winner. She's like, oh no, it's
not
six of
this
us black
year.
people, but we got this one white girl we have to protect. And I ain't trying to say it like that, but it just seems so weird that girl, you solid. You in the final six. You
I
can
don't.
go lay in your bed and go to sleep. But you putting your
Yeah,
game on the line for Brittany, and Brittany has been seen not doing the same for you.
I don't think
She
Ozzy has
would
ever
not do
seen
the
this
same for
show.
you.
Ozzy doesn't seem like she's ever seen this show. Ozzy is not a game player. She is not somebody that came here to play Big Brother. She came in there to be
That's
on
why she's a threat.
TV.
That's
She
why
came to
she's a
be on
threat.
TV. That's it.
Ozza's gonna be the one to ruin the cookout
I'm ready for it.
this
I'm
week.
ready
If
for it.
Brittany, imagine Brittany is on the block. I think Ozza will tear it all down just
But how
because
can
she
Tiff?
mad that
Okay,
Brittany's
let
on the
me let
block.
me ask you since that's your girl out. how can Tiffany like fix this situation? Is this like an in for Tiffany? Tiffany can come in and be like, I don't know. Could this be a?
Tiffany can't. You can't fix an emotional person like that.
But once Brittany's gone, will they? Well, then they start liking Tiffany again. You know, because then
Will
the
they?
issue,
Will they come back into the cookout, or will they want vengeance for
right?
Brittany?
But then they will be going after Kylan, not Tiffany.
Both.
So. mm,
That's gonna mess up the alliance because what it's gonna do if they start going after Kylan and Tiffany, and you leave Sarah Beth out there floating around, you leave Alyssa out there floating around, you leave Claire out there floating around. The cookout is gonna go like that. Those six have to stay strong until it's like only 9 of them left.
to be honest, Derek F could go home Thursday. They could get the
I
votes.
wouldn't be mad at seeing it.
They could get the votes to keep Brittany,
Who wants to keep Brittany?
but they don't. There's a lot of people in the house that don't like Derek F. They say he's annoying. So, and they know that Brittany is the perpetual pawn, and if you take the perpetual pawn to the end, you're gonna win because
Now you
nobody's
need another pawn. I
right.
agree. I can see Derek F can go, but if you were gonna do that, I would have put Ozzy up there and let Ozzy go.
You do not like
I
Asa.
don't like Ozzy at all. I don't
It's
like
like, girl, the
her.
nominations are secure. We can't put her up there right now. It's gonna be this way till Thursday.
I don't know. I think it was a bad game move of Kylan to even take Claire off. He should have just cut Claire, let Tiffany cry about it, and get over it and move on.
Mm, I'm excited about it. This is gonna be a good.
I'm
Nor
excited. It's about to be some good gameplay, but I felt like that was a bad move on Kylan's part, and I want to see how did they convince him to make this
to
move.
put Brittany up. Yeah, I think it was probably Tiffany. I think Tiffany clocked in her mind that Claire going home is not good for her game. Claire
It's
going home
not, but
is not
is
good.
Kylan playing for Tiffany or is he playing for Kylan?
But I'm saying it's good for Tiffany. Tiffany was like,
Right. And see, he playing for Tiffany. I want to know what did Tiffany say to you to get you to take Claire off the block? Because if I'm Claire, I'm gonna say whatever I have to say to get off the block, but I'm
mm,
not trusting you anymore. Xavier, Tiffany, and Hannah have the cookout on their back. If one of them goes, it will fall apart. Um, I agree.
mm,
I agree.
Hannah, to be honest, Hannah can go because Hannah's not really
But Hannah is a number. You need that number.
she's a number, but I'm saying if she goes, Tiffany, Xavier, and Colin still running shit. So it's
They
not Hannah's
will.
not.
But if Xavier or Tiffany, if Xavier goes, the cookout is done. He's the only one that really cares about the six staying together.
Tiffany too. No, X and Tiffany.
Tiffany,
X and Tiffany are the king and queen of the cookout for
right.
sure.
Because Colin had just run off with Sarah Beth. Hannah, I don't know what Hannah would do. I agree. If Hannah goes, the cookout will remain because they ain't never want her in the cookout no way. They said the
Ozza,
cookout plus Hannah.
Ozza did. I don't know if it's a mixed race thing, a complexion thing, or what. But Ozza did not want
They
Hannah.
both from the same country.
But she did not want Hannah in it. She was like, us plus Hannah. No, girl, Hannah is black too, baby.
Right.
And is that an Afro wig? Because I'm convinced that is not
No,
her
remember
hair.
it got wet. It got wet in that competition and it got curly.
Wigs can get wet. No, it got droopy. Because when you see her in them confessionals, baby, I got a t-shirt here. When you see her in them confessionals with that damn head wrap on, baby, that thing is flat like a pancake in that damn confessional. Ain't no way that afro is under that them damn head wraps.
Well, you right.
She might got straight backs underneath that wig, and she slide that shit
Tiffany
right
could have been
on
braiding that corn rolling the afro down.
every night. Because every
I
night
don't
she
know.
put that scarf on her head.
I wouldn't do it every night. It could be a wig. I don't know. But, but I agree. You need Xavier and Tiffany in the cookout or there's no
hmm
cookout. And if they go,
It's
I
storming
think you ruined the
outside.
chances. Oh, not out here. You ruin your chances of a black person winning because the other black people will throw each other under the bus like it's nothing.
Kylan, yikes. So Brittany ain't gonna vote for him. Ozzy ain't gonna vote for him. Derek F probably won't vote for his ass either. If he gets to the final two, yikes. I could see an Xavier Kylan final two.
Mm,
Xavier will win.
maybe an Xavier Alyssa final too, and
Mm,
Xavier wins.
girl, I'm on 1%.
Okay, well, we can wrap it up because that's the end of my notes. And like I said, I'll be back next Monday to do a weekend review.
Okay.
Um, what they say the last thing, DX is most dangerous to the cookout. I feel like Oz is the most dangerous, and I ain't gonna change it.
Yeah, I agree. It's Ozzy.
Oz
Derek
is the
X is
most dangerous.
Derek X is not smart. Derek X is actually very stupid. He does what people tell him to do.
He'll do
Uh,
what Hannah or whoever tells him to do.
yeah.
But Ozzy is the danger of the cookout. She's ready to break it apart for her girl Brittany, and we shall see. I guess
I might need
Wednesday
to
and
turn these live
Thursday.
feeds on because I want to see how they
Right.
acting.
I want to see what's going on with Brittany on this block.
I didn't know Brittany was on the block. I'm like, oh, ooh.
Now they said DX will take out Xavier. It's over. That would be over, but will he take out Xavier? I mean, who else he gonna take out?
Well,
I don't
Xavier
know.
said if he wins HOH, he's taking out Derek X.
He's taking out DX, and I want to see it. Let's get these people
Who
going. Let's
calling
get it
me?
going. I'll let you answer the phone because I got to get ready to hit up the gym. I didn't want to be over an hour anyway. Um, Thank you all for tuning in and watching me and Charles just give our 2 cents on the past week of Big Brother. I will be back next Monday because I'm out of town again this weekend. And hopefully, after that, I can go back to my Friday night updates. Hopefully, I can sit still in the house for a
Yes. Thank
weekend.
you for having me yet again.
Thank you for
You're
coming on.
the girls are subscribing. I see the subscriber
They
count
are
jumping
subscribing. I
up.
appreciate it. Go
Make
ahead
sure
and hit
y'all
subscribe
subscribe.
if you
Yes.
have not hit subscribe to Kiss My Cheeks TV. I'm trying to push my way to 1,000,
Yes.
and
Go
I
do
feel
it,
like I
y'all.
will get there sooner than later. So thank you all so much for your support. Please support my good friend Charles on Charles Warren Online on YouTube, the Charles Warren on Instagram, and please check out his all natural skincare products on Charles Warren Online. No, Charles Warren Presents. You
.com.
say it. .com
Yeah.
and support as well. And Charles, I know we're gonna be talking soon, so I'll talk to you later. You all have a good evening.
Peace out.
Bye.